We'll be reciting parts of one of Hitler's most famous speeches. This was the official announcement of the Enabling Act in 1933. This allowed Hitler to become the virtual dictator of Germany. The preamble reads, "Ladies and gentlemen of the German Reichstag, by agreement with the Reich government, today the National Socialist German Workers' Party and the German National People's Party have presented to you for a resolution a notice of motion concerning a law for removing the distress of Volk and Reich. The reasons for this extraordinary measure are as follows. In November 1918, the Marxist organization seized the executive power by means of a revolution. The monarchs were dethroned, the authorities of Reich and Lander removed from office, and thus a breach of the Constitution was committed. The success of the revolution in a material sense protected these criminals from the grips of justice. They sought moral justification by asserting that Germany or its government bore the guilt of the outbreak of the war." The part I saw pop out to me, this is no longer the preamble, the part I saw pop out to me was that the communists being the criminals to justify such a law. He's trying to give himself power, and he was power hungry, and he's just blaming other people to justify using fear in the political tactic. And this even breaks the Treaty of Versailles, the treaty that was made after World War I to prevent another world war. And this was one part of it. The legal state of the unilateral disarmament and the national insecurity of Germany cannot last any longer. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was not supposed to have a large army. It could have a small army, but it wasn't supposed to be standing. Breaking this broke the treaty, and Germany should be punished for this, or should have been punished for this, but none of the Western democracies or the Eastern communists were willing to do anything about it. And this is big. And there's another thing. We have particularly a heart fate of the Germans living outside the borders of the Reich, who are allied to us by language, culture, and traditions, and who fight hard to retain these values. The national government is resolved to use all the means at its command to support the right internationally guaranteed to the German minorities. This part tells us of the German alliance with Austria called Anschluss. This was denied because it could bring out another war. They were supposed to be divided so they couldn't be strong again, and breaking the treaty. This is bad. These are warning signs of a tyrant like Hitler. And you can see it in other political activities. So